Hello, welcome to this Ethereum live analysis. I am Machiavelli Trader, and today we're going to look at Ethereum. We can see that we have a clear breakout on Ethereum to the upside on the 18th, and today we successfully had a retest of that breakout. Like, this is the breakout, right? This is the resistance that was clearly broken to the upside right here, right? We see price breaking out here, right? So what we are seeing is a retest of that breakout. So I am expecting that we get a move to the upside from this current zone. That is what I am clearly expecting from Ethereum right now. So as you can see right now, if you look closely, you see that the bulls have clearly kept respecting this trend line right here. So we are seeing some upward pressure on Ethereum. So, and this is the 4 hours chart. If I pull closer, you see that on the same support, because now this is now acting as our new support, right? It was previously a resistance but was broken to the upside. Now it is clearly acting as a support, and we see price printing a clear 3-bar reversal. Now this is our clear 3-bar reversal on the 4 hours chart, printing on the new support on Ethereum, telling you that from here it is likely we have a new daily candle opening with a move to the upside. So any moment from now we're going to get a move from that we spark to the is clearly displaying here on the 4 hours chart. So to even make this more interesting, I will scroll to my daily chart and show you what we are having on Ethereum right now. You can see that the bulls on Ethereum are really mean on what to do next. They are clear about the direction that they want to go. The bulls are very clear about their direction. So if you look closely here, you see our breakout. You see that this particular bar right here was two inside bar, right? What an inside bar, right? So you see that this bar, this previous bar, closed the two bars. So you see each bar, you see this bar, this particular bar is inside the previous bar, meaning that the previous bar covered it from the head to the toe. It was engulfed by the previous bar, and you see it doing it the same thing to the next bar, right? So this particular bar also was completely engulfed by this bar right here, just the same thing that this previous bar did to it. So we see that when all this happened, what is likely showing us is likely an indecision going on, a pause going on between buyers and sellers. And the funny thing is that this thing is actually happening just below the seller's line, right? So this is the seller's line and this is the buyer's line, right? Also, this is another buyer's line, right? This is the support bulls line, right? So all this is support. So even if it breaks this this previous resistance now acting as support, there is another support just below it and yet another support below the support. So you see support hanging above each other, making price very bullish, making the bull pressure to be very strong on the upside. And we see the effect of that constant pause and push and drag between the bulls and the bear, you see that the bulls, that is the buyers, succeeded in pushing price above the resistance. So we see a clear breakout. So what we're having on the daily chart is a retest of that breakout. That is what I am clearly seeing on the daily chart, right? That is what I'm clearly seeing on the daily chart right here. So this retest is likely going to lead Ethereum to a measured move to at least the upper channel, right? So this is another seller's line. So we have two sellers line, right? So here that the pause occurred, this is the seller's line in this zone, right? Which has been conquered and is no longer the seller's line, it is rather the buyer's line. Now watch and see where the meeting point happened. That is where the retest took place, right? So this is where the retest price actually bounced off of around the 1200 to $1242, around that zone. That is where the bounce off took place. So if you look closely, you see that we're going to likely get a measured move of this move right here. So this measured move is likely going to take us so we're going to have something like this. We're going to have a measured move of this sideways move, right? So this measured move is supposed to be right here because it started from here to here, right? So if I take my arrow up, you see that we could likely be seeing anywhere from 16 to 23 to 1700. That's the zone we're likely going to see on Ethereum. But the reason why I'm putting the target at 1600 is because I know there will be a reaction from this channel, right? This channel is likely going to react, but it does not stop it from pushing further. Like you can see this kind of stuff happening. We could have it happening right here. So the target for me is 1600 on Ethereum. We're likely going to see 1600 on Ethereum from this current zone of 1300, right? That's the zone we are right now. But we're going to likely see a way that bulls are likely going to hold on to this support trend line. So this 1339 zone is likely the point where bulls have successfully been able to place a clear 3-bar reversal on the 4 hours, which 4 hours is actually a strong trend. It is a strong time frame, right? It has power over lower time frame like the 1 hour. So and we see this 4 hours printing this clear 3-bar reversal, right? So we see this clear 3-bar reversal just right on the new support right here. So if you follow along with me, you see that right now as I'm talking to you, the bulls on Ethereum are getting ready to target the up move. Like this particular candle right now is going to end up being a follow through. So because what we're seeing is another retest. That's what we're exactly seeing here. So let me clear all the chart to make it very easy to see what I'm about to show you right now, because this analysis is a clear price action analysis, no indicator, and I might at some point employ the exponential moving average as an indicator, but we are not going to completely depend on the exponential moving average. Instead, we're going to look at the candlestick chart pattern and the market structure to tell us what to expect, to tell us what side should we actually be paying more attention to, where the pressure is currently right now on, because that's what we're looking at. Believe in me, indicators are nothing. They depend on these same candlesticks to give them what they need for their results, right? When an indicator tells you to buy, the indicator has to do so after actually calculating few things like this candlestick pattern that it has seen, or the candle opens and the close. Most of them are just opens and the close and a little bit of average, and the rest is what makes up these candles, makes up these signals they provide. But if you can actually pay attention to the candle yourself and start understanding it, it's just like the game of football. Trust me, it's just like the game of football. That's the way I see the whole match. It's like a match between the buyers and the sellers, and you just have to analyze it without being biased. You just have to look out for who is exerting more pressure than the other, right? So whoever is exerting more pressure, then expect price to pay and obey, to follow the direction that side that is winning the pressure aspect, to continue on that direction. Like in the situation here, we see that the buyer's pressure is quite very strong. Like you see, they have this strong buy pressure compared to the seller's pressure that we're seeing. The seller's pressures are quite very low. Even though the price is in a range, we are still seeing higher lows, right? You're still seeing higher lows, and it has also successfully made a new high, telling you that this gap right here, this gap, because if I choose go back and let me clear this chart to make this a little neat for you to understand what I'm trying to say, because I'm about to show you something very quite interesting on the weekly chart of Ethereum, right? If you've not subscribed, give me a thumbs up. Believe in me, it's like a dopamine to make me come and jump right in and do more analysis on altcoin daily and major altcoins that you should be watching out for. Like Ethereum, we still have a long way to go on Ethereum, and the moves are going to be crazy because I believe that Bitcoin is not yet done. So meaning that Ethereum is likely going to move along with Bitcoin. Now let me show you why I say Ethereum is not yet done. Ethereum is not yet done. Let me show you why. Right here on the weekly chart. Now mind you, the weekly chart is a higher time frame, so meaning the play out is likely going to be more preceding, more stronger than lower time frame like 1 hour. No, whatever I'm going to say here on the weekly chart is likely going to play out in a week or 2 or 3, right? So you have to look ahead of time. This is a long-term investment, right? This is not a short-term trading, but it can actually guide you to know where the pressure is, to know where you're focusing on your trading throughout the week. So if I come closer here, what I see is that before now there was a clear accumulation below this zone, right? So look closely and see what I'm about to show you, right? So closely, you'll see that right here we have a clear accumulation that has quite been going on for a long time, right? So this is the accumulation point, right? This is the accumulation that it has gone on since 2018 all the way to 2020. So finally we had a breakout of this consolidation. We had a retest of it, and it's actually a double bottom bullish pattern, right? A double bottom is a bullish pattern that gets the equal move of exactly the move before it. So you see we are very close to that equal move, right? Ethereum is very close to that equal move. So far so good. Ethereum has made it to this point, right? It has made it to this point. Now this equal move should be around 1,500 to 1,600, but we're likely going to see a force, like a pull that will pull it up to about 1,600. Why? Is because of the measure and the force that we see here, right? The force of this reaction right here is what is going to cause the force of the continuation, because you can see that this is a clear pause we're seeing right here. It is nothing but a clear pause, right? So if I take away this, if you've not subscribed, do subscribe, because I do come live weekly and make video analysis all the time. And also you can join me if you haven't on Telegram to learn how to actually read price action with no indicator, strictly price action trading. You can be able to understand what price is telling you. Believe in me, it's so simple, because it's like the game of football. If you can understand, you will be able to predict just using previous data to be able to tell what is likely going to happen. So right here, what I'm seeing, if I turn off all the drawings so we can have a clear chart, we see that we're having a clear inside bar right here, right? A clear inside bar. So an inside bar, what is an inside bar? An inside bar is a bar that the previous bar completely engulfed the recent bar, right? So you see this bar, this red doji right here, because this is a hammer, right? This is a hammer right here. Standing right here is a hammer, but the hammer is actually an inside bar because the previous bar completely covered it to the brim. So if you see right here, the previous bar is here and here, right? So and the inside bar is stopped here and here. So you can see that the previous bar completely covered the bar of the inside bar, telling you that this becomes our mother bar, right? Our mother bar is the one that gave birth. It's like this bar is pregnant, right? This inside bar, this particular bar is pregnant for this bar, right? And this inside bar, it once broken, whatever direction is broken is going to continue from that direction, right? So right now what we're seeing, if I turn it off, you see that the inside bar has been broken, the mother bar has been broken, and we have 4 days to the close of this candle. Now what we need from this weekly candle is for it to close looking bullish like this, right? Either looking bullish, but I expect more up because it's likely going to happen before the end of the week. We see this bar pushing more up because of the buy pressure we are having right now on Ethereum. So that is what I'm expecting on the weekly. So now let us go back to the hourly chart so that you see what I'm about to show you. So when price came back to the to retest, oh, that looks horrible. Let's clear all this. So here's our chart. This is our 4 hours chart. We're likely seeing a sideways movement on the support, but we're obviously seeing a clear 3-bar reversal. This is a clear 3-bar reversal right here. So we could get, at least we're going to see 1,600. That's what we're going to see. A measured move on Ethereum. So you may ask, what about the chances of it breaking this support, right? Because it's good to always be open to everything, right? It's good to have open-minded when you're trading crypto. So we could have something like this, right? We could have something like this before returning back up, right? So it means it's coming back to this bull channel line. That is what we're going to have right there. The bull's channel line is likely going to hold off right there, right here, right? Before we have the move continue to the upside. But that will only lead to stop loss hunts, right? So that is very possible. Do you know why I said possible? Because of institutional traders. Right now, all the people who longed this particular point, their stop losses are lying right below this trend line, right? That is where all the stop losses are. So if price were to break this support, this is our new support, and makes its way down, it means that institutional traders are trying to clear all the support, turning them into a sell, and they will push price down back to the support of this bull. This is the stronger support, right? Because it's been holding off for quite some time. This is the stronger support. So if they push price to come down, meanwhile most of them bought at this same support but at this range, right? So their own stop losses is lying around this range, right? So because why? Most of them might be, if those who trade higher time frame, right? So the stop losses are lying right here, right? Why all this sideways movement is happening, they are likely going to bring a stop loss hunt to clear stop losses here, coming back to hit this support here before going up. Now that is the second thought or second probability that is likely going to play out. But for now, the chances are still higher that price is likely going to hold this particular support, right? Because that's our new support. Why? It's because of this 3-bar reversal I am seeing here. So until I see this 3-bar reversal support cleared, then I will think about the next support, which is right here, right? Because I know how it is going to definitely bounce on the channel support. Why? Because channels don't get easily broken, especially when the trend is strong, and in this situation the trend is very strong. So it's good for us to stay very open right now. Let's stay open to what is likely going to play out. But as far as this support is concerned, the bulls are still on the upper hand, so likely we're going to still see this support holding up. So this is my my thoughts on this actual situation right now is that this support will hold off. Why? Because of this previous accumulation right now, right here, because you see bulls took a while before they are able to break the resistance here, which told you they took their time to gather the buy pressure to actually break this resistance. And you can see the follow through, you can see the clear 4 bars, which are these are white soldiers, right? This is a clear 4-bar bullish pattern, right? So you see these white soldiers are likely going to take this stop. This is the reason why you see price stopping right now here and forming another bullish pattern right here. This is another bullish pattern called the 3-bar reversal. It means the break of this support was rejected. So right here, price is not meant to cross below it, right? Because of this accumulation that went here, and also there will be stop losses hanging around here. So right now, it is likely we see price being held off by this line. So if I go to the let me go to 15 minutes chart, so you see what I'm saying, the line. So we are going to see a higher low here. We're going to get a possible higher low right here, right? So we're going to see price. You can see already price is reacting. You can see my trend line. Price tried to break that trend line, the seller's trend line, right? So you can see that right here there's a little change in market structure, and we're going to see price, even if it's going to retest, this is the zone, right? So it's going to be held by this support at that zone, right? Remember, this is our white trend line, so it's going to be held at this point to make a higher low to follow another bull structure, right? So it's going to retest. What we are seeing is a breakout and a retest, right? So that's what we're seeing before price moves like this, right? So that is the possible move that I'm seeing right now based on the closer look view, right? This is a closer view. This is the 15 minutes chart, right? This is a very closer view of Ethereum and what is playing out right now on Ethereum. We see the breakout here was clearly rejected. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing a clear rejection on the 15 minutes, right? This is a clear rejection right here. That is a clear rejection on the 15 minutes by the bulls, by the BS. Like, so this is the seller's line, right? Right here is the seller's line. Right here, that's the seller's line. And right here is the buyer's line, right? So you can see the buyer's line here was broken, but they managed to pull back up before trying to break now the seller's line, which is not going to be easy. So we're going to see a sideways movement and a pullback before it will make another attempt to the upside. So we're going to see something like that playing out. So is it possible for it not to fall below? Yeah, it depends on the pressure that the bulls are putting up right here, because they are likely putting up pressure right here. So if they can keep up the pressure to the point where they can lift themselves above this sell line, then the move to the upside will begin fully. That is what is going to happen, because we now have an explosive move to the upside. It means the retest is over, because currently this is our retest line, right? So this is where the breakout took place, right? So this is the retest. So we're going to have something like this. That's the way the move is likely going to play out on Ethereum right now. And mind you, this is the 15 minutes chart. This is the 15 minutes chart on Ethereum. So you can see how clearly the bulls are respecting this white trend line, but also this is 15 minutes chart, like I said, so you know that the support is actually a bit weaker, right? the lower time frame supports are weaker. So stronger time frame gives you stronger support, right? Lower time frame gives you a less stronger support, right? So this support can easily be broken at any time, right? This particular support, right now, holding up for the bulls. I expect upward move from here. Clear upward move from here. That's what I expect in Ethereum. So the chances of this downward move is low. So we're more going to likely see this upward move right here. That is more likely going to play out.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere. you say, anywhere. anywhere. anywhere.